Enshrouded brings us 3 new building blocks with their latest update, Thralls of Twilight, starting with the Desert Shingles block, the Midnight Tomb block, and the Starlight block, which is probably my favorite. Also glows just slightly in the dark, which looks super pretty. So in today's video, I'm going to show you where and how to get these blocks so that you can use them to spice up your builds, and I am definitely excited to start building with them myself. So without further ado, let's jump in. I'm going to start with the Desert Shingles block, which can be found in the small town of Sapphire Strand, just west of the Kindle Waste's ancient spire. So if we're at the Kindle Waste spire, you can just start gliding west, and the town is just above the shroud. Kind of not this shroud directly below us, but the second one over there. So I'm just gonna head in that direction. You can see we are nearing up on the town right here. It's kind of got a broken bridge that goes across the shroud to a little island in the shroud there. But the block we are looking for is on the roof of this building right here. So it's actually fairly easy to get to. And in this chest right here, you will find the Desert Shingles block. So yeah, it's just to this side of that broken bridge. The next block we will find is the Midnight Tomb block, which can be found in the Albaneve Summits just east of the Balefire Stronghold Lance Point, which happens to be right where I built my mountain cabin. So you can see there is the Balefire Stronghold, and if we head east of it, the block will be in a hidden tomb up on the hill here. And one thing I will warn you about is be sure not to get too poisoned. I suggest bringing a mage build in here or a bow and arrow, because we're going to be dealing with lots of these spiders to get to the heart of the tomb. And if you get too poisoned, you're going to get the hemotoxin debuff, which, trust me, you do not want to have. I have already experienced that on my last live stream, and it was painful to try to get the cure for it. So just bring a ranged weapon, try to get these spiders out before you get too poisoned. It's okay to get a little poisoned, but let the debuff wear off before you get more poisoned, because we are still going to be headed deeper. Let me just use a wisp light here, just so you can see as we go deeper into the tomb. Now we're just going to keep taking out all these spiders. This one may be, well, I don't know if this one's the most difficult block of the 3 to find. Just because of the spiders, you do have to be careful, but the next one, you will be in for a treat, because it'll be kind of hidden in a really cool puzzle that I died a lot trying to get through. So now if we head deep down, all the way to the bottom, gonna have some rats, and I believe it's across here. And then even further down, take out all these spiders. Make sure to stay on top of it. And then all the way around here. And I believe it is, yep, it is to the left in this room here. This is the giant spider. You do not want to get too poisoned by this spider here. So just using a ranged weapon, gonna take this guy out. Check around, make sure I'm not gonna get jumped by any other spiders that'll poison me, because the block we're after is going to be in the tomb right down here. And this big guy does have some spider glands on him, so be sure to get those, because you need those for a cure if you get too poisoned. And there is the Midnight Tomb block. Now the last block, which is the Starlight block, can be found in a night sanctum east of the Albaneve Summit's spire, and also very close to the Balefire Garrison Silkfrost. But I'm going to show you how to get there from the spire, since that's an easy fast travel point here, and you can only get here at night, because the night sanctums only open at night. So we're just going to go ahead and glide east of the spire here. And this is always easy if you have the ghost glider, but it's right behind this hill, this big mound that's in front of us. And this one is not in the shroud, so don't worry there. but you need to bring sparks with you. Be sure you bring sparks because this Night Sanctum only opens at night. And as I mentioned in the spider tomb there, you're going to need to be quick on your feet for this one because it will be a lot of puzzles similar to an ancient spire. So we're going to fly over the top of this hill and then start gliding downward here. And it's basically in this valley that goes into the shroud, right by this little flame altar that I've placed here. And this is the Night Sanctum here that we want to enter. So with the spark, we can go ahead and press E to enter. Love the animation on these doors. And here we are. I do recommend placing a flame altar outside in case you die. I died a lot trying to get through this one, just as a heads up. But this will be the Starlight block. You can see it there on the ceiling and the walls. So to get through this guy, we got to get across the lava. Which, yeah, I kind of suck at this, so bear with me here. And we're going to run over here, basically timing it off to the left here, or to the right. I think off to the left, though. It kind of goes in a big circle. And then we're going to glide all the way down here. These spike things, though, you really got to be careful of, because these will literally just one-shot you and kill you pretty quick. So just kind of veer off to the side here. And that's how I was getting across. Sneak under this one. Oop, see? Look at how much damage that does. And this is a maximum character build. A tank will be able to survive this much easier, but you do gotta be careful. I was always having a difficult time with these guys. So I believe it's to the left. And then, yep, and then we head up top here. Grapple up here, turn around, grapple up here. Follow this guy, basically just timing it all perfectly. Jump up here, and I think, can't remember if it's, yeah, it's to the left over here. And we have it in a chest right here is where you can find the Starlight block. And as a little bonus, if you've made it this far in the video, while these are technically not blocks, this update does bring the ability to harvest biome-specific terrain, which is honestly a huge game changer when it comes to building, because now you can match the terraforming depending on the biome you're building in. So by mining the dirt and the rocks and the rubble in the Revelwood, you will get Revelwood-specific terrain to build with, as well as the Nomad Highlands, so we can match the yellow grass when terraforming here. Same thing for the Albanese summits, and so on, without only being stuck using the normal dirt. So for those of you that didn't know that, I figured I had to mention that in this video because this is another one of my favorite parts about this update, especially for building. So with that all said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if it was helpful, and I will see you next time. Cheers.